Topic number one, as we wrap up the second weekend, or the second weekend is wrapped up currently at the time of this recording. I want to go through, let's go ahead and say three winners and three losers from the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight rounds. Just to kind of give you a quick overview, if you didn't see it for some reason, the all the one seeds have advanced. They are on their way to the Final Four. As whoever was announcing that game, the Chalk and Riverwalk is a go. All right, shout out to him for that bar. But Dion, I want to do we can do it collectively, but let's make it four so we can go back and forth on it. But let's go four winners and four losers from the second weekend.
The first winner has to be that announcer. All chalk on the Riverwalk. I mean, we've heard for 2 weeks how chalky the tournament is, how terrible it is, and then he just drops a bar like that. Like everyone that doubted the chalk was wrong just for that moment alone.
Yeah, I got that. That's definitely a winner of the weekend. Um, who do I want to go with for my one of this? Honestly, because it was record setting, I feel like they have to get it. Even though they ended up not making it to the Final Four. But that Sweet 16 game for Bama against BYU was one of the greatest shooting performances I've ever seen. 25 made three-pointers. Mark Sears made 10 by himself. They used up all the made three-pointers, so they had none against Duke. But they got to be a winner for the weekend just for that performance alone.
Definitely. They're also a loser for the performance they had against Duke.
They just keep on moving because they can be both.
Yeah, they can be both.
I respect that. All right. Let's see where else I want to go with this. Oh, as winners.
Auburn, I think. I
Auburn's got to
think
be a winner, right?
I
I
think
think
this was
Auburn.
their first,
Yeah, I think
like,
Auburn's got to be a winner,
because their first start to finish performance in a month.
right? And they turned it up in the second half against Michigan, and then they're just so good. And I feel like people are always like, oh, Duke, Houston, Florida, like they're the number one overall seed, but they get treated like they're not the number one overall seed. Maybe because they were like kind of a little bit. But yeah, I think you got to give credit to them on making it and kind of having that dominant performance. So I think we got one more winner. I'm looking at the weekend of who I want to give it to. I almost wanted to say that, nah, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there.
I don't know if I find I guess you have to say Walter Clayton. But I also like Loki, and I don't want to be hard on Walter Clayton because he's special. But that NBA like stuff started to like come around coming into this game, and
Mhm.
I feel like there was a 10-minute span where I understood where the NBA stuff came from, and 30 minutes where I was like, there's no shot he ever plays in the league.
Yeah.
It was a very like up and down performance, but I feel like you do have to say Walter Clayton for the way he ended it.
Yeah. You know what? You know who I'm gonna give my last winner of the weekend to? The exciting whites. The exciting whites. We had a Thomas Hogg performance. We had a Cooper Flag performance. We had a Con Knipple. We had Richie Saunders have a big performance. And then it was followed up by, we didn't have a Jackson Cole or Danny Wolf performance. Sean Padula. Shout out to all the exciting whites across college basketball. Last winner of the weekend.
How have we not? Because everyone always says Laker fans or Duke fans or Yankee fans or Cowboy fans. How have we not gotten like some form of AI picture of Khan and Coop on Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic's body?
That's on the internet. Well, that's not something we can decide, but they gotta figure it out. But that's enough of the winners. Let's get to the losers of the weekend. Let's go. Let's come up with four losers from the weekend.
I mean, I don't want to kick you when you're down, but it's definitely Jeremy Fears.
Tough weekend. Tough weekend. He made some winning plays in that Ole Miss game, but the guards outside of Jace Richardson, I think, would be the one of the big losers for Michigan State. I know it's kind of based on last game, and it's a little bit harsh, but yeah, I think you gotta go there.
Low key, Jace too. I mean, I don't know what the end result of that game is going to be, but if you told me Jace wound up costing him some money, I would believe it.
He did struggle with length, I will say that, but that's a very tough Auburn, very lengthy defense he's dealing with, young guy. So we'll see how that goes. My second loser of the weekend, it's actually got to go to Tennessee. Got to go to Tennessee. Like I know that they were playing a tough opponent in Houston, but they scored 15 points in the first half, man. 15 points in a half of basketball with the Final Four on the line, and Chaz Lanier couldn't hit anything in the first half. They got to be a loser of the weekend for me.
Yeah, that was one of the most embarrassing half performances I think I've ever seen. I didn't see the stat. It was either I believe it was Tipton tweeted it out. If it wasn't Tipton, it was someone else. How that was statistically the worst worst half of basketball in tournament history.
Was it actually?
Yeah, they said I'll try and find the tweet while we keep going.
Good grief. All right, let's see. Who's another loser of this weekend? It feels rude to say the SEC is a loser because they could have had more teams in there, but they didn't end up getting in there. Who
Yeah, it
else?
was okay. I was a little wrong. It's the fewest points by a top two seed in a first half in any NCAA tournament game ever.
Yeah, that's damn. That's actually crazy. I know my loser of the weekend. This might be the biggest loser of the weekend, to be honest with you. It's Kevin Willard. It's Kevin Willard. He checked out, dog. Like this. They make a Sweet 16, and it doesn't even like really even feel that great because he quit. He quit, and he quit for Nova, and Nova is out here shaking ass for Kevin Willard. Like everyone in that circle who was involved with that's a loser. That's the biggest loser of the weekend.
I was gonna say it's Nova because you lost out on Patino and Dent, and you wound up with Kevin Willard.
Oh, that's a good shout. Let's see. One more. Who's one more loser this weekend? Ah, you know what? This is harsh because they did come back and win, and I like their team. But Texas Tech really tricked that game off
Against
against Florida.
Arkansas.
Oh,
Oh,
they
Florida.
tricked it. They tricked it,
Yeah,
tricked it.
yeah. Tex. I was gonna say Florida too. Like I don't know. Something about Florida. They feel to me like a team that was. I mean, they are a team that was thrown together in the portal. And you know how we always like the notion that like once you get your bag, you don't like care as much as some of these other guys. Even in their win, I don't think I saw as much fight out of them as I saw from Michigan State, like down 10 with a minute to go.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's something we might touch on another subject later in here. But I'm also the biggest loser this weekend because I just lost. So let's go ahead and throw that out there. But yeah, though shout out to the second weekend, setting up for a really good Final Four in San Antonio. We'll be there, so we'll see y'all there. Holla at us if you're there. The boys will be there. We'll be active, and I'll be sad because I should be watching my Michigan State Spartans, but I won't be. But let's go on to topic two. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.